I used to think respect came from being nice, from being available, from saying yes, always yes. Someone asked for help, I said yes. Someone crossed a line, I stayed quiet. Someone disrespected me, I laughed it off. I thought that made me a good person, easy to be around, easy to like. But here's what it really did. It made me easy to ignore, easy to overlook, easy to disrespect. And the worst part, I felt it. That quiet frustration, that tight feeling in my chest, that voice in my head saying, why don't they take me seriously? But I never said anything. I just kept being nice. Until one day, something small happened. Not even a big moment. Someone cut me off mid-sentence, talked over me like I wasn't even there, and I smiled, like I always did. But inside, something snapped, because in that moment, I saw it clearly. This wasn't about them. This was about me. I taught people how to treat me. Every time I stayed silent, every time I let things slide, every time I chose comfort over truth, I was sending one message: you can do this to me. And they listened. Here's the truth no one likes to hear. If people don't respect you, look at what you're allowing, not what they're doing, what you're allowing. Because people test limits, not always on purpose, not always with bad intent, but they watch, they notice what you tolerate, and then they adjust. If you laugh when they disrespect you, they think it's okay. If you stay quiet when they cross a line, they think there is no line. If you always say yes, they stop asking nicely and start expecting it. Now let's go deeper. Why do we do this? Why do we stay quiet? Why do we overgive? Why do we avoid saying no? It's not kindness, it's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of not being liked. We think, if I speak up, they'll leave. If I say no, they'll get upset. If I set boundaries, I'll lose people. So we shrink, we adjust. We become easier to deal with, but harder to respect. Then something changed. Not overnight, not in one big moment, but slowly. I started pausing, just for a second. When something felt off, instead of ignoring it, I noticed it, that discomfort, that tension. And I asked myself one question: why am I okay with this? Most of the time, I wasn't. I was just afraid. The first time I said no, it felt wrong. My voice was shaky. My heart was racing. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. Just a simple no, I can't. And then silence. I expected anger. I expected tension. I expected everything to fall apart. But you know what happened? Nothing. They just accepted it. And in that moment, something clicked. Respect is not something you ask for. It's something you show. Not by being loud, not by being aggressive, but by being clear. Clear about what you accept. Clear about what you don't. Because when you respect yourself, people feel it, not in your words, in your energy, in how you carry yourself, in what you tolerate, in what you walk away from. So I started changing small things. When someone interrupted me, I didn't smile anymore. I calmly said, "Let me finish." When someone asked too much, I didn't explain. I just said, "I can't do that." No long excuses, no overthinking, just clarity. And something interesting happened. People adjusted. The same people, different behavior. Here's what most people miss. You don't need to control others. You don't need to argue. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to stop betraying yourself. Because every time you ignore your own boundaries, you lose a little self-respect. And people can feel that. But when you stand firm, even quietly, even calmly, something shifts, not just in them, in you. You stop over-explaining. You stop chasing approval. You stop needing everyone to like you. And in that space, you become solid, grounded, unshakable. And here's the part no one expects. The less you try to be liked, the more people respect you. The less you try to please, the more people value your time. The less you tolerate nonsense, the less you receive it. Respect was never hiding in other people. It was hiding in your decisions, in your silence, in your hesitation, in your fear. And the moment you change that, everything changes. Not instantly, not perfectly, but steadily. So if you want respect, stop doing this one thing. Stop saying yes when you mean no. Stop laughing when something isn't funny. Stop staying quiet when something feels wrong. Stop choosing comfort over truth. Because the moment you start choosing yourself, you don't have to ask for respect anymore. It shows up naturally, quietly, and it stays.